radio shows regarding the same. We also have with us Ms. Sarika Rana, breast cancer survivor. She was diagnosed with breast cancer at the age of 30, underwent the complete treatment, and since then has been an active help and support to other patients undergoing the treatment, infusing her zeal and energy into them and helping them cope up with their treatment. She is also working with the PINK initiative. I request Dr. Rajesh Kumar Jain and Dr. Shruti Bhatia to guide us about the breast cancer and its prevention.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Rajesh and basically a cancer surgeon. I have been doing practice of cancer surgery for the last 17.5 years. And my area of interest is breast cancer. So I am very glad to be here today. Thank you very much for inviting me for this program. Before we start our program, I think Sarika is here and she is a breast cancer survivor. So let me introduce Sarika. Sarika she suffered from breast cancer. She underwent surgery for breast cancer. She underwent radiation, she underwent chemotherapy. It's better that she share her experience first, and then I think there will be, you can gain some interest in the program and then we can discuss it. Sarika, I think you start.
सिस्टम से बहुत प्रॉब्लम है। हमारे यहाँ पे अवेयरनेस के नाम पे क्या किया जाता है, डराया जाता है लोगों को कैंसर के। अभी मैं कुछ दिन पहले ही कैंसर अवेयरनेस डे मनाया जाता है आई थिंक, तो मैं नोएडा गई थी, मेट्रो पे लिखा था, हिंदी में कुछ लिखा था, कैंसर अभिशाप नहीं है, सुरक्षा ही बचाव है। तो मुझे बहुत बुरा लगा कि आप ये मैसेज क्यों सोसाइटी में डाल रहे हैं कि कैंसर से आप डरे, अभिशाप है। आप ये मैसेज डलवाइए कि कैंसर इज अ वेरी मैनेजेबल chronic disease if it is detected early, right? It is a very manageable chronic disease. इससे कुछ डरने की जरूरत नहीं है। So मेरी एक फाइट है कैंसर के लिए, इसमें मुझे आप सबका सपोर्ट चाहिए। आप इससे डरिए नहीं कि आपको कैंसर हो जाएगा इसलिए आप कैंसर से अवेयर होना चाहते हैं। कहीं ना कहीं आपकी अवेयरनेस किसी और की लाइफ सेव कर सकती है, राइट? नेक्स्ट स्लाइड। Do you know who is she? Yes. Do you know she was She is amongst the most beautiful women of the world, and she underwent the preventive mastectomy. You know, for what? Sure. Okay. What do you know about the Angelina Jolie? She was a survivor for her disease. She was survivor for the breast cancer. There are two types of breast cancer. One, those we are called hereditary cancer. It means आपकी एक जनरेशन से दूसरी जनरेशन में कुछ म्यूटेशंस की वजह से आ रहा है, लाइक BRCA mutation. It is the most common type of mutation which causes breast and ovarian cancer in women. But here the point is only 5 to 10% of breast cancer are hereditary cancer. सिर्फ 5 से 10% कैंसर हेरिडिटरी कैंसर होते हैं। This is not working again. And remaining 90 to 95% cases में breast cancer के unknown reason होते हैं। So preventive surgery is One of the measures to control the breast cancer, amongst the women which carry this BRCA mutation, this BRCA mutation causes aggressive type of cancer in women. So for a preventive measure, she underwent mastectomy. But in the remaining cases, as I am a ER/PR positive breast cancer survivor, they comes under the less aggressive type of cancer, and here we don't need the breast removal. अगर हमारी सोसाइटी में क्या है, आपको कोई ब्रेस्ट कैंसर सर्वाइवर दिखे तो पहले तो याद है कैंसर, सेकंड थिंग याद है इज देयर एनी ब्रेस्ट रिमूवल. So breast cancer does not mean breast removal. We are in the era of so much advances in medical and technologies where we have the conservation surgery, reconstruction surgery, and breast cancer is among the most common cancer of the women. Right? Breast cancer is the most common cancer of the women, and it is manageable if detected early. और ब्रेस्ट कैंसर आपको किसी को ब्रेस्ट कैंसर किसी को भी हो सकता है, either from the inherited genes like for the BRCA mutation or sometimes like environmental factor. If there are some environmental carcinogens in the environment, they can also cause the breast cancer. So be aware, be safe. अब इंडिया में हमें ब्रेस्ट कैंसर अवेयरनेस की क्यों जरूरत है? ब्रेस्ट कैंसर सर्वाइवल बहुत एक लिमिट तक कल्चरल बैरियर पर डिपेंड करता है. लाइक आप वेस्टर्न में जाइए, आप अमेरिका में जाइए, आप कोई ब्रेस्ट कैंसर पेशेंट अगर डॉक्टर से बात करती है, शी वांट्स टू नो अबाउट हर डिजीज, हर ट्रीटमेंट. बट इन इंडिया थिंग्स आर टोटली डिफरेंट. First, people don't want to say it's breast cancer. People don't want to discuss about this. People don't want to know about their treatment options. So I think in India, due to our cultural barriers, we need a great cancer awareness. ये अभी टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया में मैंने न्यूज पढ़ी थी जब मेरा ट्रीटमेंट चल रहा था कीमो. इसमें है कि 2030 तक इंडिया में ब्रेस्ट कैंसर पेशेंट्स की नंबर्स डबल हो जाएंगे. एक तो हमारा पॉपुलेशन बर्डन इतना ज्यादा है, उसके बाद हमारी अवेयरनेस इतनी कम है. लोग कहते हैं कि कैंसर इज डिटेक्टेबल इफ इट इज, कैंसर इज क्योरेबल इफ इट इज डिटेक्टेड अर्ली. बट आई वुड से कैंसर इज डिटेक्टेबल if you have money. You know, cancer is a very expensive treatment. From diagnosis to treatment is a very costly treatment. मुझे तो कई बार लगता है कि अगर कोई ब्रेड अर्नर है अपनी फैमिली का, वो कैसे मैनेज कर रहा होगा. लेकिन एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट बात यहाँ पे ये है, अगर कैंसर आपका अर्ली डिटेक्ट हो जाता है, ना केवल ये किसी की लाइफ को सर्वाइवल बनाता है, बल्कि आपकी ट्रीटमेंट कॉस्ट को भी कम कर देता है. अर्ली डिटेक्शन ऑल्सो कैन मैनेज टू लोअर द ट्रीटमेंट कॉस्ट. नेक्स्ट हमारे यहाँ पे एक क्वेश्चन ये भी आता है, मेल ब्रेस्ट कैंसर इज देयर पॉसिबल? आपको पता है कि मेल ब्रेस्ट कैंसर भी हो सकता है? हमारे यहाँ पे लगता है कि ब्रेस्ट कैंसर सिर्फ फीमेल को हो सकता है, बट मेल ब्रेस्ट कैंसर इज ऑल्सो पॉसिबल इफ समवन कैरी दिस इनहेरिटेड जीन्स. मेरी स्टोरी बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है. मैं आप जैसे लोगों के बीच से हूँ. अभी मैं स्टूडेंट हूँ परसुइंग माय रिसर्च, और मेरी स्टोरी में बहुत कुछ फिल्मी है. मेरी फैमिली में दो ही मेंबर हैं, मैं और मेरा यंगर ब्रदर हु इज ऑलमोस्ट ऑफ योर एज. वी लॉस्ट आवर पेरेंट्स सम मेनी इयर्स बैक. सो मुझे सब बारे में बनाया है सोसाइटी ने. Either they were my friends, my research people, or my doctors. They all made me survival. So here I am working for the cancer awareness. It is like a pay it forward. It's my efforts of pay it forward. जो मुझे सोसाइटी ने दिया है, मैं उसे ही आप लोगों को फॉरवर्ड कर रही हूँ. कैंसर सिर्फ डराता ही नहीं है, इसका एक क्रूशियल ट्रीटमेंट है जो ना सिर्फ आपको आप सर्जरी से गुजरते हैं, आप कीमो से गुजरते हैं, आप रेडियो से गुजरते हैं. ये आपका स्टैमिना दिखाता है, ना सिर्फ फिजिकल का, मेंटली, साइकोलॉजिकली, इमोशनली. ये मेरी कीमो की फोटो थी जब आपको पूरा हेयर लॉस हो जाता है, और कई बार मिरर में मुझे देखते हुए खुद को देखते हुए ऐसा लगता था कि माय लाइफ इज अ कर्स फॉर मी. बट समहाउ I survived life, and I don't think I'm lucky, but I think I'm blessed. I'm blessed with good people, good doctors, good society that all made me survivor. And he's my doctor. And Dr. Kapil was the first person who said me, I will cope up with it. When first I was diagnosed with breast cancer, I broke in tears. And he said me, I will cope up with, and he did it. तो मुझे लोग कहते हैं तुम फाइटर हो, सर्वाइवर हो, मुझे कभी नहीं लगा कि मैं फाइटर हूँ. If I have a pain, my doctors were there. If I have tears in my eyes, they were there to make me smile. So same with the experience of Dr. Jay's patient. कैंसर में ऐसे ही होता है, एक डॉक्टर और एक पेशेंट के बीच में एक फेट, एक इंटरेक्शन और एक जो स्पिरिट होती है आपको पेशेंट को पॉजिटिव बनाने की, उसको मेंटली स्ट्रांग बनाने की, वो एक डॉक्टर से ही आती है. So I'm blessed that I have my doctor as Dr. Kapil. I'm standing before here, it's because of him only. He said me always, you have to live, your life is important. And so today I think yes, my life is important. You know who is he? Do you know how this Steve Jobs died? Yes. Steve Jobs died of pancreatic cancer. You know, when he died, media asked the medical science, sorry. When Steve Jobs died of cancer, media asked the medical science, the man who gave us life-altering technologies, did medical science give him back life-altering technologies? मैं बहुत बड़ी फैन हूँ स्टीव जॉब्स की, सिर्फ इसलिए नहीं कि उन्होंने जो टेक्नोलॉजीज हमें दी, बल्कि उनके व्यूज के लिए भी. लोग कहते हैं कि कैंसर का ट्रीटमेंट ओवर हो गया, लेकिन कैंसर कभी का ट्रीटमेंट कभी ओवर नहीं होता है. रिकरेंस इज ऑलवेज अनप्रेडिक्टेबल. But I now live every moment of my life. You know, once I asked one of my uncles why I got cancer, and he said me, I don't know, there are thousands reasons of cancer. And sometimes the recurrence is always unpredictable. हमारी सोसाइटी में क्या होता है, किसी का ट्रीटमेंट हो गया, कैंसर सही हो गया, तो लोग कहते हैं डॉक्टर बहुत अच्छा है, डॉक्टर तो भगवान होते हैं. अगर ट्रीटमेंट सही नहीं हुआ, रिकरेंस हो गई या नहीं कर पाया, तो लोग कहते हैं अरे डॉक्टर बहुत खराब था. We should know cancer can happen to anyone, and survivorship is a very much a lifelong process. And this is after I completed my treatment. The first picture of I spoke before cancer patients in survivor's field. Secondly, you know, when I was first diagnosed with cancer, तो एक रात को 2 दिन थे मेरे पास, नेक्स्ट डे मुझे सबमिट एडमिट होना था. तो मैं देख रही थी कि मुझे कहीं से फाइनेंशियल सपोर्ट मिल जाए. वैसे तो मेरे फ्रेंड्स सब कोई तैयार थे, सबकी मदद से ही मुझे फाइनेंशियल सपोर्ट मिला. तो एक इंटरनेट पे मुझे बहुत अच्छा मिला था, किसी यूएस कंट्री का था, कि नो पेशेंट शुड डाई विदाउट ट्रीटमेंट. तो मेरे लिए बहुत इमोशनल था. एक सेकंड के लिए मेरे मन में आया कि God, why I born in India with this disease, where no one is here to support me. But you know, just after completing my treatment, within 3 months, I got a scholarship to attend a cancer awareness in USA. It was like God to say me, you want to go US, go. And my pleasure, my honor was that I was able to meet Christy Hung. Christy Hung is Angelina Jolie's best surgeon, and it was, you know, life's best pleasure and honor for me. And who knows what I can meet to Angelina Jolie herself. And that's it. And now I work with the Pink Initiative. हम लोगों ने ये एक एनजीओ स्टार्ट किया है. अभी प्रोसेसिंग में रजिस्ट्रेशन नहीं हुआ है. एक यंग ऑन्कोलॉजिस्ट है डॉक्टर सुमित रुश्दी, फर्स्ट कॉन्टेक्टेड हिम ओनली. सो इनकी साथ मिलके सर ने इनिशिएट किया है द पिंक इनिशिएटिव. डॉक्टर सुमित, ही इज अ सर्जिकल ऑन्कोलॉजिस्ट, यंग सर्जिकल ऑन्कोलॉजिस्ट, बिफोर ही वाज इन टीएमएच. सो इंडिया में हमें लगता है कि आप ऐसे अवेयरनेस को एक ऑनलाइन मीडियम से भी बहुत कुछ आप सपोर्ट कर सकते हो अवेयरनेस को. लाइक पीपल डोंट वांट टू शो देयर कंप्लीट आइडेंटिटी, पीपल वांट टू नो अबाउट द ब्रेस्ट कैंसर, लेकिन इन पर्सन आप आपसे क्वेश्चंस नहीं पूछेंगे। सो आई थिंक इन इंडिया के कॉन्टेक्स्ट में ऑनलाइन सपोर्ट ग्रुप भी बहुत अच्छा मीडियम बन सकते हैं कैंसर अवेयरनेस के लिए। So, you know, I will end my slide with this speech of saying, stay hungry, stay foolish. Know the cancer, be aware, be safe. Thank you.
See, I am a technical person, but I'll speak in language which you understand about breast cancer. One guarantee I want to give that you will know about breast cancer more than me after 30 minutes. I can assure you. See, I'll be speaking in Hindi and English so that it is comfortable for everybody to understand. Breast cancer is a disease which occurs in breast. So breast is an exocrine gland. हमारी बॉडी में बहुत ग्लैंड्स होती है, कुछ एंडोक्राइन ग्लैंड्स होती है जैसे पिट्यूटरी ग्लैंड्स होती है, and then we have thyroid gland. These are endocrine gland. Breast is an exocrine gland. The God has given breast to male and female both. In female, basically it is a secondary sexual organ. The primary duty of breast is production of milk at the time of lactation. Now, there are hormones in our body. One hormone is called estrogen. One hormone is called progesterone. So every lady is blessed with this estrogen and progesterone hormones. And because of this estrogen hormone, you are lady. And I have testosterone, so I am a boy. You are a girl, like this. So now estrogen and progesterone hormones levels are maintained just like a rhythm. So when you have menstrual cycle, in the first 5 days estrogen will go like this, in the second 5 days it will come more up, then it will go up, then it will be down like this. Similarly progesterone, when estrogen goes up, progesterone goes down. So you have a rhythm every month, every female, after attaining menarche, after say 15-14 years of age, they have got a established level of estrogen. It will increase, it will decrease, it will increase, decrease, and you have menstruation, next cycle begins. This is a normal, usual phenomenon. If there is increase in concentration of estrogen in your body, or if there is increase in activity of estrogen, concentration may be okay, but if it is more active, then this estrogen may lead to certain cancers. One of these estrogen related cancer is breast cancer. Breast cancer is basically due to either increase in estrogen in amount or increase in its activity. So this estrogen increase will lead to breast cancer. This is a very simple hypothesis I am telling you, a simple thing. Now, how estrogen increases, why estrogen increases, there are certain reasons. If you say about 100 patients of breast cancer, out of 100 patients, approximately 8 patients will have breast cancer because of problems in the genes which they carry from their forefathers, from their parents. Now, this gene is BRCA1 and BRCA2. It's also known as BRCA1 and BRCA2 genes. These BRCA1 and BRCA2 genes, if these genes are abnormal, if these genes are mutant, then these genes will lead to excess production of estrogen. And this excess production of estrogen will attack the cells where there are estrogen receptors in our body. So cells are uterus, ovary and breast. So estrogen related cancers are mainly breast cancer, ovarian cancer and endometrial cancers. Endometrium is called uterus, it's part of uterus. So these three are the cancers, common cancers in female, and they are related to estrogen abnormality. Cervical cancer is not because of estrogen, it's other reasons are there. Now I am coming to the causes of breast cancer. If there is abnormality in estrogen, the estrogen will attack the cells in the breast and they will ask the cells to multiply quickly. So breast cancer cells usually multiply, normally multiply in our body, but they multiply, but a time comes when there is a break. And when there is a break, the cells, whatever the number of cells are there in the breast, they will accumulate and they will again die. This is called apoptosis. Now, when say 1 crore or 2 crore cells are there in breast, they will again die, and their place will be taken by new cells. So this is a normal phenomena in our breast or in our body. What happens because of estrogen, the cells multiply. Then there is a break. When the break is there, the multiplication stops, and the old cell dies, and the new cells again come. So there is always a balance between old cell and new cells, and always new cells comes in and old cell dies. You please understand that if there is something which stops this break, that is called breast cancer. When these breaks are not applied, the cells will go on multiply. This multiplication will not stop, and the breaks will be gone, and new cells will keep on coming, and old cells will not die. What will happen? There will be accumulation, excessive accumulation of cells, and this excessive accumulation of cells will lead to something called gant or lump. Gradually, this lump will become more violent. This lump will become more bigger in size. It will become more violent. It will convert into cancer. So what basically cancer? Cancer is a disease in which there is abnormal multiplication of cells without death of cells, and there is abnormal accumulation of cells, and whenever there is abnormal accumulation of anything, anywhere, these things will be, there will be problem. Suppose a country like India, we have got 125 crores people. If we start multiplying and nobody dies, then what will happen? The infrastructure is limited, the food grains are limited, the money is limited, and you have got 5,000 crores, 10,000 crores people. So everybody will fight. So that is what the cancer is nothing. Cancer is a fight of too many cells, and the organ dies, that person dies. This is cancer. So causes of breast cancer, I am coming to the basic thing. Causes of breast cancer is basically in 10% of cases, 8 to 10% cases, it is genetic. There is abnormal mutation of these genes, and this abnormal mutation will lead to abnormal proliferation of cells because of abnormal quantity or quality of estrogen. This is one cause, and about 90%. Now the commonest symptom of breast cancer is a lump in the breast. कोई breast में गांठ हो जाती है, that is the commonest symptom. If you see 100 patients of breast cancer, out of 100, 85 to 90 patients of breast cancer will complain of a lump in the breast. But 20% of the breast cancer may not present with lump. They have other symptoms. What are the other symptoms? There may be discharge from nipple. Discharge can be bloody. Discharge can be white type, watery discharge. Discharge can be greenish. There can be any type of discharge. This is another symptom. Some patient doesn't have discharge, they don't have lump. What they have got crack in the nipple or some thickening in the skin, some lump in the armpit. So lump in the armpit or thickening of the skin or crack in the nipple or some discharge or lump, these are the symptoms of breast cancer. So if anybody, any lady, any female, irrespective of age, has lump in the breast, has discharge from the nipple, has any wound in the nipple, any crack in the nipple, any thickening in the skin, any lump in the armpit or axilla, may have breast cancer. Regarding lump, I am telling you, all the lumps in the breast are not cancerous. All the lumps in the breast are not cancerous. But whenever you have lump in the breast, always consult a surgeon. Always consult a surgeon. Please examine, just ask him, I have got a lump, please examine and confirm whether this lump is cancerous, or this lump is non-cancerous, or this lump is pre-cancerous. There are 3 types of lump. Either it can be cancerous, or it can be non-cancerous, or it can be pre-cancerous. So please confirm. And another important point what I want to tell, the lump in the breast which is cancer is never painful. Most of the patient in our practice, they comes to us in late stages, they said, she is having lump for last 3 years, but this lump was not painful, so she did not consult any doctor. Now it is painful, so I am consulting. The lumps of breast cancer are never painful. A painless lump is more dangerous than a painful lump. So please don't ignore any lump in the breast which is painless, it is more dangerous. So my idea to tell you about this is very important, that please Dr. Shruti will tell you how to do self-breast examination. You do self-breast examination once in a week or once in a month at least to confirm whether you have got a lump or not. And if lump is not painful, it is more dangerous. So this is about clinical features, how the breast cancer presents. Now, how suppose a breast cancer patient or any lady comes to the doctor with complaining of a lump in the breast, how the doctor confirms that whether this is cancer or not? Being a student, you should also know all these things. These are not medical lectures, these are awareness lectures. You should know what is mammogram, you should know what is FNAC. See, mammogram is a simple type of X-ray. It is a specialized X-ray for the breast. You just go for mammogram, stand like this, the plate will come like this, it will take 5 minutes, get a picture, just like any X-ray. And the film will be made, and you see the film. See, mammogram will detect breast cancer 3 years before you have lump. So if any lady who doesn't have lump and goes for a routine mammogram may detect breast cancer even without having lump. So mammogram is actually a screening tool. Any lady after the age of 40 years should undergo one mammogram per year, because mammogram will detect certain changes in the breast and doctor will tell you these are the changes, that means you have breast cancer already started and this will become lump after 2 years. So even before becoming a lump, you can diagnose breast cancer and you can treat it and you can achieve 100% cure. So for early diagnosis, we can do screening like mammogram, it is the X-ray. What is FNAC? FNAC means fine needle aspiration cytology. It is a simple test. We just put a needle, take out sample from the lump and examine under the microscope whether malignant cells are seen or not. These are simple tests, takes hardly 5 minutes, and next day you get the report, or the same day you get the report, whether you have cancer or not, you can know. This is the basic investigations. Now I'll tell about certain things about staging of breast cancer. Because whenever there is patient, they will come and ask what is the stage. See, in layman language, breast cancer is divided into 4 stages. Breast cancer is divided into 4 stages. If there is a lump, and if the lump is less than 2 cm in size, it is stage 1. It is stage 1. Now, if you diagnose it at stage 1 and take proper treatment, can you guess what is the rate of cure? Anybody please answer. What is the rate of cure? Anybody please guess? 95. Any idea? Anybody else want to differ with us? Arey kuch to bolo. It's malignant. Diagnosed less than 2 cm, stage 1. You have done complete treatment. So what is the rate of cure? 100, 95, 90. Any idea? Anybody? It is actually 98%. So if you diagnose breast cancer at stage 1, that means the lump is less than 2 cm and proper treatment is done, out of 100, 98 people will survive. Now you tell me, if out of 198 people survive, can you call breast cancer a passport of death? Is it visa to death? So why you are telling me it is visa to death? Why you are spreading the message that breast cancer is passport to death? No, it is not passport to death. Now, if the lump is more than 2 cm, if the lump is more than 2 cm, or if there are glands here, if you can feel some gland in the armpit or axilla, it is stage 2. It is stage 2. If you do proper treatment in stage 2, what is the rate of cure? Anybody? Guess? Please guess? 90. So it is 90%. Yes, you are right. It is 90 to 92%. Even in stage 2, you do proper treatment, around 90% of people will get cured. Again, my question is same. Is it passport to death? Is it passport to death? Because if you have very severe tuberculosis, if you have severe disease, any other infection disease, 2% तो वहाँ भी मरते हैं, 10% वहाँ भी मरते हैं. So how can you tell cancer that it is a deadly disease? Anyway, stage 2. Now, if there is a wound, suppose आपने treatment नहीं कराया, किसी ने treatment नहीं कराया, और वो गांठ फूट गई है, there is bleeding, there is discharge, there is pus, everything, there is wound here. Then it is stage 3. Okay, it is stage 3. And if you treat in stage 3, do proper treatment. What is the rate of cure? Anybody? You are more positive than me now. it is actually 65 to 70%. So in stage 3, 65 to 70%. So, and मुझे लग रहा है मैं सक्सेसफुल हो रहा हूँ, because you are getting now positive vibes. So 65 to 70% people get cured in stage 3. Now what happens whenever there is a breast cancer in the breast and you don't treat, the breast cancer cell spreads from the breast. It will go to lungs, it may go to liver, it may go to brain, it may go to bones. So lung, liver, brain and bones, these are the 4 common sites where the breast cancer spreads from the breast. And when it spreads from the breast, it goes to any other organ of the body, that is called stage 4. That is the last stage. Last stage. Now, if you treat a patient in stage 4, do proper treatment in stage 4, what is the rate of cure? Anybody? Huh? 25%. So, in stage 4 breast cancer also, out of 100, 25 survives. Now you answer me, is it a passport to death? I'll talk about recurrence. I'm talking of cure first. Cure means patient doesn't have recurrence for 5 years. If a patient doesn't have recurrence for 5 years, it is stood as cure. So 25% of patient with stage 4 may survive. Is it a passport to death? No. So I was talking about the stages, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3 and stage 4 and rate of cure. Now how do we treat breast cancer? How do we treat breast cancer? Now treatment of the breast cancer are basically three. One is surgery. What is surgery? Surgery means either you remove the breast along with the axillary nodes. Axillary nodes means the nodes which are in the armpit. Generally breast cancer spread first to the nodes. So whenever we treat breast cancer, we always treat the axilla along with the breast. So either you remove the entire breast along with the entire axillary clearance, that is called radical mastectomy or modified radical mastectomy. This is one of the surgery, standard surgery for breast cancer. When we will do surgery, we will do surgery only when the disease is localized to this or this. So that is called surgery. Other surgery is breast conservation surgery. You need not remove the entire breast. Why? Because if the disease is localized to one of the quadrants of the breast, if the disease is smaller in size in comparison to the size of the breast, you can take the disease along with some healthy margin, some healthy tissue and make a separate cut and take out the node separately. Then also you can achieve cure. This is called breast conservation surgery. But if the lady has multifocal disease or multicentric disease, disease here, disease here, disease here, disease here, if the disease is at multiple places, you cannot conserve breast. Okay? Or if the breast is suppose 15 centimeter in size and the lump is 14 centimeter or 13 centimeter, the breast lump ratio is small. That means the lump and size of breast are almost equal. Then also you cannot conserve. So you can do both the surgery, depend on the case. Either you can do breast conservation. Most of the patients, around 80% to 90% of patients coming to us with early breast cancer, we can do conservation. But even if you do a radical mastectomy, if you remove the breast, you have got a lot of options. You can do reconstruction. You can put silicone implants. You can put saline implants. You can make breast from the muscles, like these muscles, rectus abdominis muscle, latissimus dorsi muscles. So we can make reconstruction, plastic surgery is possible. So no problem in aesthetics, no problem in body image of the patient. Either you conserve the breast or you do reconstruction. So that part is over. Nowadays we are absolutely keeping the integrity of body image of the patient. This is the surgery. Second is radiotherapy. What is radiotherapy? There are specialized equipments by which we generate X-rays and gamma rays, and the rays will go to the area just for the breast and they will kill the breast cancer cells. This is radiotherapy. And third is chemotherapy. Chemotherapy, as you know, she has faced it, so she's smiling. She mentioned about the surgeon, she didn't mention about the chemotherapy doctor. See, सर्जन से लोग बहुत डरते हैं, मैं क्या डरावना लगता हूँ क्या? ये काट देगा. I am telling you, when I do surgery, patient बहुत डरते हैं, मैं नहीं कराऊंगा. I sit 3 hours, 2 hours. I call Shruti, क्या बात करो? I am not that impressive in talk actually. So she comes and she talks and they convince, बड़ी मुश्किल से convince होते हैं surgery के लिए. And when they finish treatment after 6 months, they said surgery was the best. I am telling you, surgery is the oldest and the best and most curative form of treatment of breast cancer. I am telling with authority. So third is chemotherapy. Chemotherapy are certain drugs. These are the drugs. They will be injected in your body. The drugs will go inside. They will circulate in the blood, and they will kill the breast cancer cells. They will kill the cancer cells, but they are blind, like Sanjay of Mahabharata or Dhritarashtra of Mahabharata. So they will kill whatever they get. They will kill hair follicle cells, so there is alopecia, hair will be lost. They will kill intestinal cells, the patient has diarrhea. They will kill bone marrow, the patient has lack of hemoglobin, lack of TLC, white blood cell will be less, platelets will be less. They will kill everything. So this is the problem of chemotherapy. It cannot identify cancer cells. Whatever rapidly multiplying cells are there in human body, they will identify and kill all the rapidly multiplying. So rapidly multiplying cells कहाँ है हमारी body में? बाल काटो जल्दी से आ जाते हैं. They are rapidly multiplying. So they will kill. So there is loss of hair. Rapidly multiplying, हम खाना खाते हैं, we take lot of things. You take pizza, you take burger, you take whatever you think, चाट, पकोड़ा. Intestine की cells बढ़ती रहती है, वापस बनती रहती है. So intestinal cells are again rapidly multiplying. So you have diarrhea. हमारे बॉडी में हीमोग्लोबिन कम होता है, फिर बनता है WBC मर जाते हैं, प्लेटलेट मर जाते हैं, अगेन बनते हैं. So bone marrow is again rapidly multiplying area of our body. So it affects bone marrow. So whatever cells are there in human body which are rapidly multiplying, they are attacked by chemotherapy drugs and they all have side effects. Now we have got target therapy. What is target therapy? There are specialized drugs which are in form of injection, which are in form of tablets. Target therapy is costly, it is available, it is manufactured in India. I am proud to say it. Now target therapy is a type of chemotherapy which goes into the body, identify the target, identify the cancer cells, and they will kill only cancer cells, they will not kill the other normal cells. So these are the chemotherapy with target and without any side effects. So this is target therapy. I told about surgery, radiation, chemotherapy and target therapy. In relation to breast cancer, there is one important therapy which is called hormone therapy. As I have told that breast cancer is because of problems in estrogen. So if you have drugs which are acting against estrogen, you can give this drug. So anti-estrogen drugs can be given to control breast cancer. What are these drugs? Basically two types of drugs are there. One is called tamoxifen, which probably she is taking. So you take for 5 years. Tamoxifen is a simple 20 milligram tablet. Take once a daily. It costs 2 rupees 20 paise. You take one tablet a daily for 5 years. And it doesn't lead to hair loss. So this is hormone therapy. There is another drug called anistrozole. It is another anti-estrogenic drug which acts from different axes, different mechanism of action. It again leads to, it is anti-estrogen, again it kills estrogen. So this is hormone therapy. I have told about hormone therapy, I have told about target therapy, I have told about surgery, chemotherapy. Now, screening about breast cancer and prevention of breast cancer and other things related to ladies' cancers. Little bit about cervical cancer, cervical vaccine, which are also relevant to talk here among all the ladies. I think Dr. Shruti is authority in that, she will speak. If I have made any mistake, if I have harmed anybody, please excuse me, I am sorry. Any questions? After she finishes, we will answer all the query in detail. We are expert. I am first position holder throughout in my life. So please don't hesitate to ask questions. Let her finish first, then we will answer each and every question of you. Okay? Thank you.
And it's my privilege to be present amongst you all. And I'm really happy, and when she came to me with the idea, I was really impressed. And as I heard about the first women initiative, and as being a female, I think I can correlate, and I feel so happy about this idea that more females are becoming engineers, and initially doctors to बहुत थे, but more and more females are going into this technology. It really impresses me. And the idea of coming here and talking to you about this cancer is really again very stimulating for all of us. When I discussed the idea with Dr. Jain, he was also very impressed. And it's a very nice initiative done by you all. And I have to give a clap for that. It's a very nice initiative. We've organized such programs with adults so many times, with the elderly ladies. But when young people come with this innovative idea, it's really impressive because you are the people who are going to take this knowledge and spread it more. I mean, I think elders, हम थोड़े ज़्यादा conservative होते हैं, we don't talk about this, but youngsters are more open nowadays. And I think once you discuss, you can go home, discuss with your mothers, your aunts, your grandmothers, and I think I can spread this word around. And I think after what sir has told you, you can also teach them at home. I mean, your neighborhood, you can all take classes and teach them about breast cancer from no. I'll talk about two things. One is about the screening and early detection of breast cancer. As Dr. Jain has told you, breast cancer is an exocrine gland. Exocrine means it's outside our body. So it is something which is easily accessible to us, like thyroid, pituitary gland, they are all inside. So we cannot see them, we cannot, thyroid is still visible until it gets very large, but other glands we cannot see. Breast is an exocrine gland. And as females, for you can easily access your gland, you can easily see it, you can feel it, and the most important thing for you to feel is any lump in the body. And breast lump is the most important symptom of breast cancer. As is already been told, it's a hormone responsive tumor. So each cycle, each month, estrogen, progesterone levels fluctuate in our body, and just prior to your menstrual cycle, the levels are fluctuate, they rapidly drop down, and after that they start increasing again when the cycle resumes, if the whole process starts again. So most important method of early self-screening is breast self-examination. This is to be done by all the girls, all the ladies after you finish your menstrual cycle, after you finish your periods, because during menstruation the tissue is congested. There is bloating, we call it water retention in the body, so your tissue will be tender at that time, so you will not be able to feel the normal tissue as it should be. So after the cycle has been over, everybody, all of the girls need to do a self-examination, and that should be started even at 20 years of age, even at 50 years of age. So whenever you know about it, you should start it. There is no particular age, I am so young, so I should not do my self-examination. ऐसा कोई age limit नहीं है. The moment you know about it, you start self-examination, I will say that. Basically, I'll just say, if you take this as a breast tissue, the most important way of examining is with the flat of the hand, not with the palm of the fingers. So it should not be like this, it should be like this. You should go quadrant-wise from each side, and clockwise, anti-clockwise on both the sides, go around and feel the tissue. I think when you go to a doctor is feeling the tissue for the first time, but you know what you are like. You know by self-examination, so you will be the first one to detect any abnormality in your body. I mean, being female, सब शीशा देखते हैं, कोई छोटा सा पिंपल आता है, सबसे पहले हमें पता लगता है, इससे पहले कि किसी और को पता लगे. So we know our body, ourselves the best. So the moment there is any abnormality, you will know it first. So go it clockwise or anti-clockwise, either ways, and feel the tissue all around. Then the center, the nipple and the areola region, as Dr. Jain has told you, another important symptom is abnormal discharge. That could be watery, that could be blood stain, or that could be greenish color. So any change in the area of the skin, any abnormal discharge, or any lump you feel, always report and go and meet a doctor. So most important is self-examination every month after you finish your menstrual cycle for all the ladies. Then for younger girls, if you feel any problem, go see a doctor. For younger females less than 40 years, normally what we get an ultrasound done. Again, in young females, you may feel lumps. All lumps are not cancerous, but any lump present, we need to investigate. There is another called fibroadenomas या fibroids कहते हैं, जो breast tissue में हो जाते हैं. And again, they will also feel like a lump, but most of the times they are not cancerous. But we need to investigate them. तो हमारे पास जब भी कोई आती है young girl with any lump, हम एक ultrasound कराते हैं, and then FNAC, as Dr. Jain has told you, a simple छोटा सा needle and just with a pin prick, we get to know what type of cells they are, so that we know. Again, कोई बड़ा adenoma होता है, although it is not cancerous, but sometimes we need to remove it, क्योंकि बड़े adenoma के अंदर cancer होने का chance रहता है. Small ones sometimes 1-2 millimeter के, then we leave it conservative, हम छोड़ देते हैं, we keep it under follow. Then another important test for breast is mammography. Mammography is done for all females above 40 years of age. क्योंकि after 40 years of age, breast tissue के type में change हो जाता है, and that change also tells us वो mammography में easily detect हो जाता है. Younger there is a more dense breast tissue, तो mammography इससे abnormalities pick नहीं कर पाता. For adult females, mammography is the बेस्ट ऑप्शन जो एज अगेन ऑल लेडीज फॉर अ रूटीन स्क्रीनिंग साल में एक बार करना चाहिए या 2 साल में एक बार, और स्पेशली जिनकी फैमिली में कैंसर की हिस्ट्री है, मदर, मासी, बुआ, ग्रैंड मदर, किसी के भी अगर ब्रेस्ट कैंसर की हिस्ट्री है, दे शुड स्टार्ट देयर स्क्रीनिंग प्रोग्राम्स अर्ली. उनमें नाउडेज वी सी इवन एट 30 years of age, regularly visit your doctor, show them and get yourself examined, ultrasound breast or mammography if age indicates. Then these regular screenings are very important. Number 3, another test which is coming up nowadays is MRI breast. Younger females में या even they were elderly females में we do mammography. Mammography में suspicious आता है, we are not very sure. So there is another advanced test, MRI breast, which is available now in India. It's an expensive test, but Delhi में at least it is easily available. So हो सकता है your doctor will also like advise you sometimes for MRI breast. ये 3 बेसिक टेस्ट हैं प्लस फॉलोड बाय FABC, जिससे we can detect and diagnose any lump in the body. अब हाउ टू प्रिवेंट, हम कैसे प्रिवेंशन कर सकते हैं? प्रिवेंशन जैसे एक इम्पॉर्टेंट रीजन है जेनेटिक. ऑल्दो 8 to 10% केसेस ही होते हैं, बट जेनेटिक्स इज ए इम्पॉर्टेंट रीजन. बट जेनेटिक्स वी कैन नॉट चेंज आवर जीन्स. उसमें व्हाट वी कैन डू इज वी कैन बी जस्ट मोर अवेयर. हम ज़्यादा वो चौकन्ने हो सकते हैं कि हमारी फैमिली में हिस्ट्री है, तो भैया आई नीड टू बी मोर केयरफुल. मैं गो फॉर रेगुलर हेल्थ एग्जामिनेशंस, रेगुलर चेकअप और सेल्फ एग्जामिनेशन. दूसरा अनदर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट जो हम सब कर सकते हैं वो है इम्प्रूविंग आवर लाइफस्टाइल. जैसे बताया कि फैटी फूड्स, ऑल फैटी फूड्स, ऑल फैट वी ईट गेट्स कन्वर्टेड टू एस्ट्रोजन. जंक फूड हम खाते हैं वो एस्ट्रोजन में कन्वर्ट होता है. प्लस जो एनवायरमेंट पॉल्यूशन है, अभी हमारा जो सॉइल और वाटर का पॉल्यूशन हो रहा है, इसकी वजह से देयर आर कॉल्ड फाइटोएस्ट्रोजेंस जो हमारे वाटर कंटेंट सॉइल में बढ़ रहे हैं. इसकी वजह से भी हमारे हमारा इंटेक एस्ट्रोजेंस का ज्यादा हो रहा है. तो लॉट ऑफ गर्ल्स, आपके यंग गर्ल्स में काफी कॉमनली आपने सुना होगा PCOD, पॉलीसिस्टिक ओवरी. I mean lot of girls have polycystic ovary. Again these are all result of phytoestrogens जो हमारे डाइट में और जो हमारे पानी में जो हम ले रहे हैं, जो हमारे लाइफस्टाइल की वजह से आ रहे हैं. ये सारे सबको प्रिवेंट कर सकते हैं हम बाय अगेन अवॉइडिंग फैट फूड, जंक फूड हम कम खाएं, एंड प्लस हेल्दी लाइफस्टाइल, एक्सरसाइज, रेगुलर एक्सरसाइज, वेट कंट्रोल में रखें. ऑल दीज थिंग्स इम्प्रूव आवर हेल्थ और हमारे को कैंसर से बचाते हैं. एक और चीज जो हमारे ब्रेस्ट कैंसर के लिए रेलेवेंट है वो हमारी रिप्रोडक्शन. क्या होता है कि जैसे डॉक्टर साहब ने बताया, एस्ट्रोजन कितना एक्सपोजर हुआ है फीमेल को, वो हमारे को डिसाइड करता है कि हमारा रिस्क कितना ज्यादा है. जिन लड़कियों की अर्ली मेनार्की, अर्ली पीरियड शुरू हुए या लेट खत्म हुए, अब ये हमारे हाथ में नहीं है. लेकिन ऐसे जैसे अभी हम लोग हम लोग वर्किंग लोग हैं. लॉट ऑफ वर्किंग लेडीज दे डोंट गो फॉर अर्ली मैरिज नहीं होती. लेट मैरिजेस हो रही हैं, लेट चिल्ड्रन हो रहे हैं, कम बच्चे या बच्चे पैदा ही नहीं कर रहे एंड नॉट लैक्टेटिंग. ये सारी चीजें हैं जो एस्ट्रोजन एक्सपोजर का टाइम बढ़ा देती है. लेट मैरिज होना, लेट बच्चे होना या फीड ना करना, ये सारी चीजों से एस्ट्रोजन एक्सपोजर बढ़ जाता है, जिससे ब्रेस्ट कैंसर का रिस्क बढ़ जाता है. तो ये चीजें हैं जो हमारे हाथ में हैं, जो उनको हम कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं. इन सब चीजों से हम अपना ब्रेस्ट कैंसर का रिस्क कम कर सकते हैं. एक और चीज जो से हमने सर्वाइकल कैंसर की बात करी थी, तो दिस इज अ वेरी गुड अपॉर्चुनिटी टू टॉक समथिंग टू लाइक अबाउट सर्वाइकल कैंसर. सर्वाइकल कैंसर यूट्रस का मुंह होता है, सर्विक्स कहते हैं. सर्वाइकल कैंसर वहाँ का कैंसर है, वो हार्मोन रिलेटेड कैंसर नहीं है. इट इज एक्चुअली अ वायरस कॉल्ड ह्यूमन पैपिलोमा वायरस. आपने आजकल काफी एड्स वगैरह देखी होगी, आजकल मीडिया में काफी एड्स आ रही हैं HPV वैक्सीनेशन के बारे में. बेसिकली क्या है, इट इज अ ह्यूमन पैपिलोमा वायरस. जब वो इन्फेक्शन आती है, वो इन्फेक्शन से ये कैंसर बनने का रिस्क बढ़ जाता है. 98% ऑफ सर्वाइकल कैंसर आर बिकॉज ऑफ ह्यूमन पैपिलोमा वायरस. So you can imagine one virus causing cervical cancer. और इंडिया में ब्रेस्ट कैंसर और सर्वाइकल कैंसर आर 2 मोस्ट कॉमन कैंसर इन फीमेल्स. शहरों में ब्रेस्ट कैंसर और गांवों में सर्वाइकल कैंसर. तो ये जो वायरल इन्फेक्शन है, ये यूजुअली सेक्सुअल एक्टिविटी के बाद बॉडी में आता है, जिसके बाद ये आगे जाके कैंसर का कन्वर्ट होने का रिस्क रहता है. तो इसमें भी अगेन मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट इज रेगुलर चेकअप्स. इसके लिए एक इम्पॉर्टेंट टेस्ट होता है पैप स्मेयर कहते हैं. पैप स्मेयर का नाम आपने सुना होगा. पैप स्मेयर इज अ नॉर्मल टेस्ट जो एक स्क्रीनिंग की तरह लिया जाता है, वो टेस्ट कर लेता है कि कैंसर बन गया है या कैंसर प्री कैंसर स्टेज में है या नॉर्मल है। सो ऑल लेडीज, एवरीबडी जब हर साल मैमोग्राफी या अल्ट्रासाउंड ब्रेस्ट कराएं तो एक पैच में जरूर कराएं। अगेन अ वेरी सिंपल टेस्ट, आराम से हो जाता है, डॉक्टर 5 मिनट में करते हैं और उससे इस कैंसर से बचा जा सकता है। दूसरा जो यंग गर्ल्स करवा सकती है वो है वैक्सीन। जैसे आपने बचपन में इतनी सारी वैक्सीन लगी हैं, डीपीटी, टेटनस, पोलियो की, सिमिलरली एक एचपीवी इस वायरस से प्रिवेंट होने के लिए वैक्सीन आती है, इट इज अवेलेबल। 3 डोजेस लगती हैं, सिंपल इंजेक्शन है, कोई डरने की बात नहीं है। 3 डोजेस से आप इस कैंसर से 98% आप सोच लीजिए बच सकते हैं। तो ये 2 बातें जिन बात मैं कहना चाहती थी। एंड बाकी एनी क्वेश्चंस?
Vaccination is for age limit 9 years to 40 years.
It starts after the age of 9 years. Best results इसके देखे गए हैं when the because it's a prophylactic, ये prevent करती है infection। तो marriage से पहले जिनको लग जाए, ideally is 26 कि before marriage injection लग जाए, लेकिन upper limit is 35-40 years। तब तक भी जो ladies हैं जिनको नहीं लगी, because अभी जो आई हैं तो वैक्सीन अभी लॉन्च हुई है, ऑलरेडी जो लोग बड़े हो चुके हैं उनका क्या वो भी लगा सकते हैं। उनको उतना एडवांटेज नहीं मिलेगा बिकॉज दे हैव मैरिड या सेक्सुअल एक्टिविटी हो चुका है, तो वायरस ऑलरेडी आ चुका है। लेकिन क्योंकि देयर आर 120 टाइप्स ऑफ वायरस, तो अगर आपका एक वायरस आया है तो दूसरे वायरस से तो प्रोटेक्ट करेगी वैक्सीन, तो वैक्सीन जरूर लगवाए। लेकिन वैक्सीन लगवा के ये ना सोचे कि हमें ट्रांसफर नहीं करवाना, ट्रांसफर भी करवाना है, वैक्सीन भी लगानी है। एंड फॉर यंग गर्ल्स वैक्सीनेशन इज डेफिनेटली मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट। या अभी जो रिजल्ट्स हैं वो 3 वैक्सीन्स दे गिव यू कवर फॉर लाइफ टाइम।
There's a fever also.
नो लोकल साइड में पेन होता है, एनी इंजेक्शन को टेटनस इंजेक्शन भी लगाओगे तो भी लोकल पेन होगा, बस नहीं है।
This vaccination only prevents the cervical cancer also.
हाँ, ये सिर्फ सर्वाइकल कैंसर के लिए, दिस इज अगेंस्ट ओनली दैट वायरस, एचपीवी वायरस। इनफैक्ट अभी तो वर्ल्ड ओवर, जैसे हमारे इंडिया में तो नहीं पर बाकी कंट्रीज में अभी जैसे नॉर्मल बच्चों का इम्यूनाइजेशन चार्ट होता है उसमें भी इसको इंक्लूड करने का प्रोग्राम है। एंड नॉट ओनली फॉर गर्ल्स, इवन बॉयज के लिए, बिकॉज देयर आर सर्टेन कैंसर्स जो आदमियों में भी होते हैं एचपीवी वायरस से, तो उनके लिए भी अभी शुरू हो रहा है यूरोप में, ऑस्ट्रेलिया में, नॉट इन इंडिया। अभी तो इंडिया में हमारा प्रोग्राम है कि एटलीस्ट और गर्ल्स को हम दिला सकें, जैसे हम बाकी वैक्सीन करवाते हैं। दैट विल टेक फ्यू इयर्स बट वी आर ट्राइंग।
But there's another test apart from vaccine test also.
HPV virus
Research होता है ताकि it's less costly also safely. Research related.
वो रिसर्च इट इज माया, इट इज कॉल्ड विजुअल एग्जामिनेशन विद एसिटिक एसिड। हाँ, वो क्या होता है डॉक्टर्स के लिए वैसे वो बेसिकली पेरिफेरल एरियाज में जहाँ हमारे पास लैब्स नहीं है वहाँ पे सर्विक्स को एग्जामिन करने के लिए नॉर्मली जैसे टाइफाइड पेनिकल आप समझ लीजिए, तो उसको अप्लाई करके तो फिर नॉर्मल एरियाज होते हैं उससे पिकअप हो जाते हैं, तो उससे विजुअलाइज हो जाता है। नहीं अभी नहीं,
Not
वेरी
yet.
नॉट नाउ,
Likely to come in another 4 times.
अभी नहीं।
And this mammography test, it is saying that for 3 years you won't be having any cancer. There is no cancer at the initial stage when you're taking the
नहीं
test.
ये है कि मैमोग्राफी पिक्स अप द कैंसर इवन बिफोर यू कैन फील इट बाय हैंड।
Yeah.
जब आप हाथ से फील करोगे तब एक लंप का एक डेफिनेट साइज होता है, देन ओनली यू कैन फील बाय हैंड। तो मैमोग्राफी 3 साल पहले उसको डिटेक्ट कर लेती है, पर ऐसा नहीं है कि आपने 1 साल मैमोग्राफी कराई तो अगले 3 साल तक कुछ नहीं होगा, ऐसा कुछ नहीं। यू डू एनुअल मैमोग्राफी।
Answering hospital report.
राइट सर, मैमोग्राफी से टेस्ट करके एक्सरे
See, mammograms are of 2 types. One is screening mammogram. Screening mammogram means a mammogram which a normal lady is doing after the age of 40 years once a year. Just routine screening. She doesn't have any symptom. That is called screening mammogram. Other type of mammogram is diagnostic mammogram. Diagnostic mammogram is type of mammogram which a lady has a lump, has any symptom, then doctor advises कि आप mammogram कराएं to know the character of that lump. Okay. Now we are talking about screening mammogram. Mammography screening should be started after 40 years of age. This is one point. After 40 years of age, every year it has to be done. Okay. Now, once you do a screening mammogram, you will detect certain changes in the film. That will say that these changes may be precancerous or these changes are already cancer without lump. So by doing mammogram, you can detect certain changes before lump Even 3 years before that you can detect. But it is not that after 3 years you will do, because in between period of, well, once you do a mammogram and if you do a mammogram after 3 years, in between these 3 years certain changes may come. That may not be cancer, but these changes may be pre-cancer. So our whole idea is not to detect cancer. Idea is to detect cancer as well as pre-cancer. So it is to be done once in a year.
Sir, if the cancer is like hereditary, transfer to generations, like काफी हद तक end generation में आगे तो मतलब like कमी होता है. But then again there is a history of like close members having breast cancer. So like सबसे जो end part of generation का, at what age should they actually start getting all these tests done, just so you to know whether or not they have breast cancer?
See, the generation doesn't end. Generation will keep on going. Number one. Number two, who are more predisposed? Family history में cancer है, how we define that? See, your first degree relative should be cancer. Who is your first degree relative? Your first degree relative is your mother, your own sister, your bua, your grandmother, and your nanny. मौसी and मौसी. These are your first degree relative. अगर आपकी फैमिली में if you have got more than 2 first degree relatives who have suffered from breast cancer, that means you are more predisposed. That is one. Any lady who doesn't have breast cancer history should also do once in a year mammogram after 40 years. But if you are predisposed, if you have a very positive, strong family history, then your screening should not start at 40 years. Your screening should start 10 years before index case. अगर suppose आपकी sister को 40 years की age में हुआ है, तो your screening will start at 30 years, not 40 years. 10 years before the youngest index case. आपकी फैमिली में जो भी youngest patient involved हुआ है, उससे 10 साल पहले आपको शुरू होना है. But at the age of 30 years, mammogram will not give good information. So from 30 to 40 years, you do ultrasound per year. And after you attain 40 years of age, then you do mammogram. Okay. And flatly, if you ask me how you will calculate the risk, if more than two or more than two family members, more than 2 first degree relatives are involved by breast cancer, then your risk in comparison to average risk is 36 times more. Okay, so you are more prone.
Sir, ovarian cancer also related to some genes or?
Yes. See, the cause of ovarian cancer and cause of breast cancer are more or less same. They are both estrogen dependent cancer. And the genes which are responsible for breast cancer are BRCA1 and BRCA2 genes. And the same BRCA1, BRCA2 genes are responsible for ovarian cancer. So if somebody has got a history of breast cancer, then the other relative may have breast cancer, may have ovarian as well. So if somebody has ovarian cancer, so you should look for ovarian as well as breast, because the culprit is there. So that is why it is known as breast ovarian cancer axis, or breast cancer ovarian cancer.
फैमिली हिस्ट्री में आप सारे किसी को फैमिली में यूट्रस का एंडोमेट्रियल कैंसर, ओवरी कैंसर या कोलन कैंसर, काफी मेल्स में कोलन कैंसर होता है. So there's another BRCA gene होता है, there's another familial syndrome, इसमें कोलन कैंसर, पैंक्रियाटिक कैंसर एंड यूट्रस कैंसर, ओवरी, ब्रेस्ट, ये सारे रिलेटेड होते हैं.
But ovary and breast are.
ओवरी और ब्रेस्ट का डायरेक्ट कोरिलेशन.
I have not told you why I have come here. So this was my aim to come here. That I should tell you what is the cause of cancer. And now I am not talking of breast cancer. I am talking of other cancer, cancer, lung cancer. So what is the cause of cancer? अगर cause of cancer जो है उसको हम रोक ले तो cancer होगा. 20 to 25, 30% cases में cause हमें पता नहीं. I am talking of entire cancer. But 70% cases हमें पता है क्यों है. And the commonest cause of cancer is anybody? Tobacco. Tobacco is commonest cause. Tobacco is again two types. One is smoked tobacco, cigar है, cigarette है, बीड़ी है, chewing है, hookah है. These are all smoked tobacco. And smokeless tobacco is पान मसाला, गुटखा, पान पराग, ये वो जितने भी ऐड आते हैं. These are smoke-based tobacco. This is the commonest one. And my aim to come here was to tell you, please don't take tobacco in any form. Please don't encourage people to take tobacco. And if your brother, if your parent, if your boyfriend, anybody takes tobacco, या गुटखा खाता है या कुछ खाता है, please stop it. अगर वो नहीं stop करते, then break ties. Tobacco is the commonest cause of cancer. This is one. And second commonest cause of cancer is alcohol in the world. After tobacco, alcohol. Alcohol causes a lot of cancer. So no tobacco in life, no alcohol in life, and no tobacco and alcohol in your relatives also, in friends also. Please ensure. और मेरा आने का एम था, जो भी 50 लोग, 100 लोग, 200, 500, 1000 लोग, जो लोग भी आज के इस प्रोग्राम में साथ मिलेंगे, जो भी मिल रहे हैं, उन्हें यही स्प्रेड करना। No tobacco. If you can say no to tobacco, no to alcohol, then automatically there is no to.
Discount rate.
जो ऐसे वर्बली पूछ लीजिए rather than writing.
I have a question, please. Can you talk something about tracking something like that? You mentioned it as something, but you did not elaborate.
Tracking of nipples actually one of the most common is again dryness of skin. Winters में जैसे होता है या कुछ dryness की वजह से होगा और वैसे dryness हो जाता है, that is one. Another is कोई local skin infection, जैसे fungal infection हुआ या superficial skin infection हुआ. But एक important cancer होता है platelet skin, जिसमें one skin में एकदम hard and उसके अंदर cracks आ जाते हैं. तो उसमें आपको कॉम्प्यूटर जैसा एक hard सा nodule जैसा fever का lump सा plus cracks भी होंगे. ठीक है, तो जो हम self examination कहते हैं, इसमें most important है, जैसे मैंने बताया था कि चारों तरफ lump होंगे, तो पता है साथ में whenever you are doing examination always stand in front of mirror. ठीक है, मिरर के सामने अपने आप को देखो एंड सी कि दोनों साइड में कोई साइज का डिफरेंस है एंड प्लस ऊपर की स्किन का कोई डिफरेंस है. तो आपको देखने से, खुद फील करने से, खुद स्किन में कोई भी इरेगुलरिटी है, कोई नई चीज आती है तो पता लग जाएगा. आगे हर स्किन क्रैक कैंसरस नहीं होता, लेकिन कभी भी वो इग्नोर नहीं करना चाहिए. अगर लोग इग्नोर आके देखें
We should explain you how to do self-breast examination. Really, ठीक है? You should know how to do self-breast examination. See, this is our head. अगर हम ब्रेस्ट को ऐसे एग्जामिन करेंगे like this, this is very important. See, if you examine like this, you will feel so many lumps in the breast. Pulp of your fingers. ऐसे करेंगे तो lump ही होगा. And all the doctors will be busy. Okay. So you should not do self-breast. Should do self-breast with flat of finger. ऐसे. So consider first what you have to do. एक मिरर होनी चाहिए आपकी इस साइज की कि आपके ये एरिया मिरर एकदम सामने हो. नहाते टाइम, शावर लेते टाइम सामने खड़े हो जाएं उसके और दोनों हाथ को ऐसे करें और निपल में एक चीज देखें, ऐसे डायरेक्ट भी देखें. सबसे पहले ये चीज देखिए दोनों ब्रेस्ट की साइज में कोई बाइलेटरल सिमेट्री तो है ना, कोई एसिमेट्री तो नहीं, एक छोटा है एक बड़ा तो नहीं. नंबर 1. नंबर 2, निपल का डायरेक्शन. ऑल द निपल्स आर ऑलवेज सेम, थोड़े से नीचे की तरफ. अगर आप देख रहे हैं कि एक निपल नीचे जा रहा है, एक निपल ऊपर जा रहा है, एक स्ट्रेट एक नीचे, देयर इज सम प्रॉब्लम. सो इन द डायरेक्शन ऑफ निपल यू सी, कैन यू सी ऑब्वियस कोई गांठ तो नजर नहीं आ रही. कई बार बहुत बड़ी गांठ होती है तो नजर भी आ जाती है. कोई ऑब्वियस क्रैक तो नहीं है निपल में. ब्लैक स्किन अराउंड निपल इज कॉल्ड एरियोला. तो एरियोला में कहीं क्रैक तो नहीं, कहीं कोई घाव तो नहीं दिख रहा, कहीं ऑब्वियस लंप तो नहीं दिख रहा. ये एरिया अच्छे से इंस्पेक्ट करिए, निपल का पोजीशन देखिए, ब्रेस्ट की सिमेट्री देखिए, साइज में कोई फर्क तो नहीं है. इसके बाद यू कंसंट्रेट ऑन एक्सिला. इधर इस एरिया में तो कहीं आपको कोई घाव नजर नहीं आ रहा, इस एरिया में तो यहाँ पर तो कहीं गांठ नजर नहीं आ रही. दिस इज कॉल्ड इंस्पेक्शन. दिस इज फर्स्ट पार्ट. स्पेंड एट लीस्ट 5 मिनट्स इन इंस्पेक्शन. देन कॉल्ड पैल्पेशन. पैल्पेशन में क्या होगा, अपने ब्रेस्ट को एक क्लॉक की तरह देखिए. दिस इज 12 o'clock, दिस इज 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock. एक घड़ी क्लॉक की तरह देखिए, क्लॉक की तरह. Now you put, don't use this also, use this. ऐसे हाथ रखिए और यहाँ 12 o'clock पे हाथ रखिए अपना. Always feel from this. Now you feel like this. ऐसे there is lump or not. 12 o'clock हो गए, फिर 1 o'clock पे जाइए, फिर ऐसे फ्लिक करिए, फिर 2 o'clock पे जाइए, 1 2 3 4 5 6 पूरा ऐसे करिए पेरी. Then you come in अंदर करिए, then you come areola, then finally deeper. So ऐसे करके clockwise, again inside, then again anti-clockwise also. ये पूरा जब ये हो गया, then you palpate this axilla, यहाँ तक कुछ नहीं. Finish this, then come to the opposite side to the same. So use pulp of, not flat of fingers, not pulp of fingers, and at the same time this also and breast also. This is called palpation. So and do clockwise, anti-clockwise, first outer, then inner, and then areola. If by doing this, first time difficulty होगी, second time difficulty होगी, suddenly you will become master. And आज जो आप लोगों ने ये सीखा है, बाकी लोगों को बताइए.
One question asked is something related to polycystic ovary. Polycystic ovary basically again hormonal imbalance disorder होता है. इसके अंदर estrogen levels body में थोड़े से बढ़ जाते हैं as compared to progesterone levels. तो menstrual cycles की गड़बड़ होती है just because estrogen progesterone levels are imbalanced. Again because of imbalance long term में उस टाइम तो नहीं, but in your whole life you are exposed to estrogen levels for a longer duration. So the chances of cancer do definitely increase. Uterus cancer and ovarian cancer plus breast cancer. तीनों के कैंसर के रिस्क बढ़ जाते हैं because of long term exposure to estrogen. So whenever any girl is diagnosed with polycystic ovary, she should get a proper treatment done. Treatment में again they give you hormones. तो आप पूछेंगे कि जब hormones imbalance के लिए फिर आप hormones दे रहे हैं तो फिर long term में तो side effects होंगे. ऐसा नहीं है. Whatever hormones are being given to you for treatment of polycystic ovary are a low dose hormones, and those low dose hormones are regulate the menstrual cycle as well as regulate the imbalance which is there in the body. So long term they are beneficial for the body and they will also prevent cancer. So whenever a girl is diagnosed with polycystic ovary, she should get her treatment done, and that will prevent both breast and ovarian cancer.
Get your treatment done from a specialist, qualified, जानकार डॉक्टर. जानकार में जिसको नॉलेज है. ना.
And again, menstrual cycle irregularities are the major irregularities, and they also indicate hormonal problems. So again, they should be better rectified and meet an expert gynecologist and get the cycles regulated so that again hormonal imbalances can be corrected.
Pain after menstrual cycle, and so the medicines we take after menstrual cycle for the pain, do they have some side effects?
So they usually antispasmodics, painkillers होती हैं, उनका कोई major side effects नहीं होते. You can easily take them. And caffeine is very good. We doctors survive on caffeine. So caffeine का कोई बहुत major side effects नहीं है. In fact, the studies are coming nowadays. They say कि 2 to 4 cups of coffee per day are very good for liver and pancreas cancer. So accept they're causing acidity and accept minor problem. Caffeine is okay, not a bad thing for the body.
Breast cancer में surgery is the only treatment which is very mainstay of treatment is surgery. After surgery, we give radiotherapy or chemotherapy. They are not part of treatment. They are active treatment. They are there to prevent recurrence. Main treatment you will do. But in all the cases, chemo देना ही पड़ेगा ऐसा नहीं. In all the cases, radiation देना पड़ेगा ऐसा नहीं. There are specific indications of giving radiation. Generally क्या होता है? If the tumor is more than 5 centimeters, आपने ऑपरेट किया, इसके बाद जनरली रेडिएशन देते हैं. But if the tumor is less than 5 centimeters, then radiation देते हैं. Only surgery will do. Lymph nodes सब निकालते हैं. Out of generally हम 12, 15, 20 से lymph nodes निकालते हैं. It is said that if the lymph nodes are negative, lymph नोड पे डिजीज नहीं गई है तो फिर रेडिएशन देने की जरूरत नहीं है। लिम्फ नोड में मोर देन 2 नोड्स पे डिजीज आती है तो फिर हम रेडिएशन देते हैं। So radiation and chemotherapy are the treatment in early breast cancer which are guided by the biopsy report of surgery. Curative is surgery. Cancer in intestine, what is your question? Intestinal cancers are of two types. One is small intestine cancer, one is large intestine cancer. Small intestine cancer are very uncommon. Commonest cancer is colon cancer and rectal cancer. And the causes of colorectal cancer is red meat and non-vegetarian diet. Then again alcohol, lifestyle, they are the common causes. So you find more colorectal cancer in Kashmir where people eat lot of red meat. People who take non-vegetarian diet, meat ज़्यादा खाते हैं, उनमें colorectal cancer ज़्यादा होता है. There is some conditions for ulcerative colitis. कुछ लोगों को ulcerative colitis की disease होती है, that is a pre-cancer, उससे भी cancer होती है. So mostly they are diet-related cancer. So being a vegetarian is again good for cancer. Mammogram will give some indication that these changes are probably because of benign or probably because of cancer. They will not give 100% things. So depending on that report, we will do further investigation. Biopsy करेंगे, so to confirm. कभी mammogram will give 100% which is probably benign. Say, I am not going to detail. There are pirates category and all that you will not understand. But if mammogram will give probability. Depending on that probability, we will either do biopsy or we will look. PET scan क्या होता है? It is a positron emission tomography. It is a type of scan in which there is a molecule which is called FDG. ठीक है? Fluorodeoxyglucose. So you inject that FDG. That FDG will go in your body, and wherever in your body cells are hyperfunctioning. The cells are multiplying much, cells are very much active, that it will take more nutrition, it will take more FDG, it will take more glucose. FDG is glucose, and that you capture in a scan. So if generally cancer is what? Cancer is multiplying, so they are very active cells, so they will eat more and more glucose, so they will pick up more. So we calculate the pickup in a scan, that is the SUV, standardized uptake value. So we calculate the uptake. जिस area में ज़्यादा uptake होगा, we suspect that there is abnormal cells here. We suspect there is cancer. PET scan will not tell कि ये cancer है या non cancer. So depending on the pattern of uptake, हम बताएंगे कि uptake ज़्यादा है. Then we do biopsy and confirm. But in a diagnosed case of cancer, we do PET scan. Then when we do PET scan, then entire body is scanned, and it can identify other areas like liver, lungs वगैरह. और कहीं भी अगर ज़्यादा uptake आएगा, ज़्यादा abnormal cells आएंगी. Then we can infer कि वहाँ metastasis हो गई है, वहाँ disease फैल गई. So PET scan is helpful in diagnosis, is helpful in staging also. और कहाँ है? So that we do PET scan. Yeah. It is a nuclear, basically a nuclear medicine study. Radionucleotide thinking.
So spinal cord cancers कैसे होते हैं? लंग spinal cord cancer का cause is
Are you sure you are talking about spinal cord or you are talking about back? See, back, so there is skin, then there is muscle, then there is bone, then there is dura mater, and then spinal cord. Talking of lump where? Talking lump skin on the skin. In the proper spinal cord. So spinal cord proper is a part of nervous system. So like any other organ in the body, they are also prone to have cancer. So spinal cord can also have cancer.
I'm asking that is it a cause of cancer? Is it out?
Now you have to investigate whether this lump is cancerous.
After biopsy.
Yes.
Fats are the only nutrients which can go into estrogen. Or there are some other nutrients as well.
Huh? there are so many things which can convert into, but fat is the commonest. Estrogen itself is a fat. See, after this entire program, you can spread only this message that don't take alcohol, don't take tobacco. And if you learn how to do self-examination, and if you tell people that cancer is not a deadly disease, I think the aim of the program is over. You achieved your goal. Some certain studies have come up. They said that vitamin D deficiency is good. And if you give vitamin D, then it should even during treatment and after I'll give my card. My dustbin.
Everybody, can we have an announcement, please? Now, since the session has been extended, so it will be great if people who have queries, they can just put it down on paper, or you can send it on the email.
Some cards.
So I've been really trying to give us cards here. So definitely you will get it through me. And I'll be posting the answers to certain questions which were not answered right now on the page, like the answers. Now I'm writing down the answers. And the recorded version will be uploaded within the next 2 hours. So the people who are unable to catch it, or there were some technical glitches during the webinar, so they can catch on to that through the link. We'll just put it on the event page. And I think we have to conclude now because it's been an amazing afternoon. Thanks to the doctors and ma'am. So yeah, we just have a vote of thanks, and thank you ma'am for helping us organize this. It's been a good initiative, and thank you for this amazing turnout. I hope you people enjoyed the session, and it was informative, not boring, because that was the criteria to get people involved. And please spread the word. That's the motive of conducting such a thing. So that whatever sir said, like the clock thing, I think it's something interesting, and you people can really remember and inform the people around you. We just have a word of thanks, and then we form it.
If anybody of you wants to have such programs again, anytime, you are free to contact me round the clock.
Yeah, we have sir's
My phone is on round the clock. I answer even at 2 a.m.
Sir has been really active, and he has organized shows in Assam, in various parts of the country. Sarika ma'am has been to a conference in US, and Shruti ma'am is always available to a number of queries. So there have been times where we have actually called her and asked, ma'am, what to do next? So if anybody has any queries, I'll put these cards out. You can ask for it to me, or go to the event page. Thanks.
Thank you so much, sir, and thank you, ma'am, for such an informative session. Thank you so much, teachers, for being in. Thank you, ma'am. And now I would like to request Dr. Puram Basu to felicitate our dignitaries with these and mementos.
थोड़ा सा उसको ब्रेक लगना है।
I'm pretty sure the girls sitting over here are taking a lot of knowledge back home. And now I would like to request all the chief progress of the lunch and self-defense also will be
वीडियो में से निकाल लेंगे, वीडियोज़ में से निकल जाएगी, वीडियोज़ में से निकल जाएगी फोटोज़। देखो अभी आप पिक्स चेंज दे देंगे, बोलो दे